Hello everyone. Welcome back. This is Jaiko. I believe this is part 5. I actually have no idea. You guys know how bad I am at remembering these parts. But we are going to continue on in Forgotten City here. We should be, I think the internet says that like the game is about 6 hours, 6.5 hours full experience. And I mean, we're at 4.5 right now, so we should be getting close now. Although I think, again, reminder, I'm probably not gonna stream the ending contents because of the, the note here from the creators. So, anyhow, forget about me talking. Let's just go in.
Go, and never return.
Oh, do I start here? Oh, okay, sure. I guess, kind of, is it this way? Oh, no, not this way. Whoops. My bad. Oh.
What? Are you still here?
Can I talk to her? Oh. I guess she doesn't want to talk. Okay. Yeah, I thought I went back down to the city already last time I cut the video, but on a palace, okay, cool. No, not flashlight, arrow. That it? I don't know what to do afterwards, actually. I guess I'll hop down here? Whoops. Yeah, this game has weird climbing mechanics. Like, the climbing isn't really as clear. They'll try to help me? Okay, where do I go now? Oh, so when I ask you to help, you say it's all up to me. Da-da-da-da. Anyhow, ooh, chess. Money. Yeah, I didn't do this part last time. Okay, I should have ended it last time at like, in front of the doctor's house, right? So, let's, head back. Ah, there's a freaking zip line. Can I still use it? Okay, what are you grunting at, dog? Jeez. Cool. Okay, da-da-da-da.
A golden bow, just like Apollo and Diana's. Feeling all right?
I'll be going now.
That's a shame. Thanks again for saving you.
Hey, lady.
Sorry, I'm still a bit out of it. Galerius just saved my life. Was there something you wanted? Lucretia says I'm supposed to rest.
What do you think about the golden rule?
Our priestess, Equitia, once told me it's the god's way of creating a city without sin. But if that's the case, then whichever god is responsible for it didn't think it through. I mean, all it really does is make bad people better at hiding their sins, and good people too frightened to stand up for themselves. I've seen Malleolus, Claudia, and Domitius make grown men cry. Romans, they don't cry easily. They've never physically hurt anyone. But the point is, they don't have to. They've got people running scared because everyone knows Malleolus is the favorite to win today's election.
Don't worry, I'm working on that.
Really? Then I hope fortune smiles on you, friend.
I'll be going now.
Goodbye.
Yeah, that's why we have, in today's day and age, we have harassment rules, right? Just because you don't hurt someone physically doesn't mean you can hurt people or verbally or even like, you know, harass them, make them feel bad. Well, I guess hurt them mentally, whatever. Anyhow, I have the key to open some sort of chest here, right? Is it this? Inspect. Large statue of Apollo, the Roman and Greek god of disease and healing, amongst other things. Okay, if I recall, inventory I is I? Tab. Oh, tab. Right, right. I have the chest. I have the chest to palace doors. Chest key to the chest of the shrine of Apollo. Yeah, so I have this, but where is the chest? Where is the chest?
I hope you're coping.
Where is the chest? This is Apollo's temple, right? Not going crazy. Dude, where the fuck is it? What? Okay, it's not the statue itself.
Salve.
What? Where is this chest? It's not this. Oh. Eating mode? Oh, okay. Treatment nodes. I have no idea what these are. I'm not even gonna try. But, looks like medicines of sorts that... You know, they're, Oh, wait, what? Figure out a treatment. Oh, okay.
A golden bow. Just...
I figured out how to treat whatever that
You
is.
made it into the palace. I'm impressed. How is Nevia?
She's alive, but she wants to be left alone, and the treatment is willow bark.
Willow bark. I should have known. It was under my nose the whole time. That's very helpful. Thank you. If this works, it should settle Rufius down some. I have some right here. Could you do me a favor and give him some of this? He'll just need to swallow a pinch of it. I'm hoping it will avert disaster.
Rufius is the dog, right? Okay, yep. Alright, I can do that.
Thank you. I'm really glad you arrived when you did.
I'll be going now.
That's a shame.
Okay, where the heck is this chest? Oh!
You took care of him?
This is definitely a bug, right? This has to be. He had a tragic accident in the shrine.
An accident? So, it's over? Oh God, it's such a relief. I really thought we were all going to die. I do have a question though. That shrine, the one I was going to hide in, did you know it was going to collapse?
If I say yes, I'll be admitting to murder.
I don't understand. Oh, I see. Oh, I should probably keep my big mouth shut then. Sorry. I promise, nobody else will ever know what you did. But I know. That was really clever. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. Oh, speaking of which, welcome. I'm Fabia. Sorry I was a bit frantic before. Need anything?
What's your story?
Oh, there's not much to tell. I mostly just bake bread and try to help out where I can.
Wow, this brick wall can break bed. Bake bread. Jeez. How did you end up here?
I suppose it all started about 8 months ago. I was living in Rome with my family when I got sick. Terrible timing. My pa had just arranged a husband for me. A fisherman's son. I was about to meet him for the first time when I came down with an awful fever. I spent the next week in bed. Pa paid priests to make offerings to Asclepius, a white rooster, then a goat. But nothing worked. In the end, they decided I'd do better outside the city. Clean air in the countryside would do me good, they said. But after about a day in a carriage on the Appian Way, I was getting worse, not better. I remember closing my eyes for a bit, and I guess I must have fell asleep, because when I opened them again, I was in a forest by a river. I suppose the driver took off with his fee and left me for dead. Can't say I blame him. I wouldn't have wanted to catch what I had either. Anyway, I went searching for help, stumbled across the trapdoor temple, and here I am.
That's odd. Most of the others were in Rome before they woke up in the forest, but you say you're a day's ride away?
Oh yeah, I suppose you're right. Hadn't really thought about it. But the gods are mysterious and powerful. Who knows what their plans are for us?
Do you know a way out of here?
What? You've been here a few moments and you're desperate to get out already? Why not give the place a chance before you try to leave? Good people here. Delirious works hard on the farm so I can put food on our tables. And Lucretia tries to keep us healthy. My friend Georgius is always mending our clothes. And Virgil makes sure these old walls don't fall down around us. Well, he does his best. I'm just saying, there are worse places you could live out your days.
Wow, fair enough. But I don't belong here.
Well, I can tell from your funny accent you're not from around here, but that doesn't mean you don't belong, does it?
Good point. What do you think about the golden rule?
Oh, I try not to worry about it. I mean, if people are nice to each other, we won't have anything to worry about, will we?
Have you met people? No, have you met people?
You're funny. I bet my friend Georgius will like you. And those interesting clothes of yours. And I'm sure he'd love to chatter about the golden rule with you too. He'll be just across the forum in his shop.
Any idea who's friending Virgil?
Terrible shame, that is. Maybe this'll help. Late last night, I was cleaning my oven when I heard some noises outside. The forum's usually dead quiet at that hour, so I came out to see what was going on. To be honest, I thought maybe poor old Dooley had got out of his cell and was snooping around again. So I popped my head out and saw someone in front of Virgil's shop. I couldn't tell who. It was too dark. I called out to them, but they just turned and ran off without a word. All I remember is they ran past a lit torch, and the light glinted off something metallic. Armour, I think. So I suppose it could only be one of three people. Horatius, Domitius, or Rufius. I hope that helps.
Oh, thanks, that does help. I'll be going now.
All right. Thanks again for taking care of our problem. I won't forget it.
Cool. Oh, so I'm supposed to be in here. Yep. I don't think there's anything interesting here. I'm still trying
Salve.
for the life of me. Who is this guy? Hey, I haven't seen her before.
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
What's your story?
Oh my. I take it people are quite direct where you're from. I suppose it's quite charming in its own way. Usually, however, you wouldn't simply march up to a Vestal priestess and without due formality or courtesy ask, "What is your story?"
Sorry, what should I have done?
The proper approach would be to arrange an introduction through a mutual acquaintance in high office, by which time you would already know how to address me. And then you would find a way to satisfy your curiosity rather more indirectly. But to be honest, I've often thought what an unnecessarily formal way to communicate that is. So, let's do it your way. You just keep being yourself and ask whatever you like. It'll be a refreshing change.
How did you end up here?
You know, I'm not entirely sure. But what about you? How did you end up here?
A young woman named Karen dragged me out of a river unconscious and sent me in here.
Karen, you say? And nothing about that name seemed odd to you?
It's a rather older name, but not uncommon where I'm from. Yeah, I'm just gonna... It's a rather older name, but not uncommon where I'm from.
I see. I wonder if... No.
What were you gonna say?
I apologize. I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just that you've got me thinking.
About?
Have you spoken with any of the others about how they arrived here too? I really think you should. Go around and ask them what they remember and see if you notice any patterns.
Alright, I'll do that.
Good. Thank you. But please be careful. I just don't want to see what happened to Livia happen to you too.
I may have already noticed a pattern.
You have? Then what is it?
Some people mention memory lapses.
That's true. I know I wasn't entirely sure how I wound up here. What else?
Some people mention a river.
Yes. I understand many of our friends were carried here by a river current. What else?
Some people mention an encounter with a stranger on the riverbank.
Yes. I also had such an encounter. It's as I feared. I think I understand what poor Livia has been going through. You mentioned earlier, you met a young woman in the forest named Karen, yes?
That's right.
I see. And was this Karen by any chance wearing a hood?
She was wearing a hoodie. How could you have known that?
Because I've seen her before. There's something I think you should see. I think you'd better follow me to the baths.
Ooh. Getting feisty in here, boys. Alright, I'll meet you in the baths.
But don't follow too closely. We can't have people thinking we're bathing together.
Oh. Did I just get friend-zoned? Cool. Okay, you know, I'll follow her first. I'll figure out the chest afterwards. Since the chest is just supposedly in the forums anyways, right? So... Am I supposed to follow her in? Okay. There we go. Ba ba ba. The crazy looking mosaic. Cool. Oh. Can I swim across? I think I could. Hey, it's well lit again, eh? I think last time I came into the bath, it was all dark. Okay, here, lady.
All right, you're here. You were asking how I knew the young woman you met by the river was wearing a hood. Here, look down at the bottom of the baths. It's a little hard to make out in this light. If only we could see. Oh, what a marvelous lamp. But do you see it? Somebody waking up by a river in a forest to find a hooded figure with a coin. It's just as you described it, only your pronunciation is a little off. The name you heard wasn't Karen. It was C-H-A-R-O-N, as in Charon, the ferryman of the dead.
Oh.
Charon, who in exchange for the right coin, helps the souls of the newly deceased cross the Styx, the river that separates the land of the living from the land of the dead.
When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, but all I found was some loose change. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
I'm so sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry. I take it you know what this means.
This place is the Underworld?
I'm afraid so. It's all starting to make sense. All these people whose last memory was running from the fires toward the river. It seems none of them escaped with their lives after all. Perhaps we should be grateful they don't remember their final moments. It also tells us that the Golden Rule is the work of Pluto, the god of the Underworld, and why his epithet has always been Father of Riches. I know it's a lot to take in, and you look as if you have questions, so I'll try to answer them if I can.
Whoa, that was a plot twist. No, seriously, I did not expect that plot twist. So we're dead?
That was my first thought too. In the old stories, the Underworld was where the souls of the deceased were taken. But it was also possible for the living to reach it without dying, if they were particularly fearless. So I'm afraid I don't know.
You know, could it be like in those limbo states where it's like, you know, you are in the river of death, but you're not dead yet, right? And then technically you can pull them out of death's door, or at least that's how some of the lores and story goes. Anyways, what can you tell me about Karen? Karen? Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting you're not from here. If you were Roman, or even Greek, you would know these stories. Each of them is slightly different, whether the storyteller was Plato, Homer, Virgil, or Ovid. But they always involved the souls of the dead meeting a grim ferryman named Charon on the bank of a river. It was said that he'd help the new arrival cross, only if they could pay him with a coin, an obol. That's why it was once our custom to bury our loved ones with a coin in their mouths. Charon's obol, we called it. Of course, an obol was a kind of Greek coin, because we inherited this knowledge from the Greeks. The only difference is that they spelled it with a kappa, which I suppose means Kharon is closer to the original spelling.
Why didn't you all recognize Karen immediately?
To be fair, the ferryman isn't exactly as the poets described, and he, she, they seem to appear to different people in different guises. You say you saw a young woman named Karen with a hood, and I once heard Kabash mention a stranger in a ram headdress named Kerti, and Rufius described meeting a stranger named Kumut Tabal wearing an eagle headdress. But whatever form this stranger took, they were always wearing a hood of some sort, and their name always began with a K sound. I suspect the only way you'll solve this riddle is if your paths cross again.
Why are there so few people in the Underworld?
Good question. Let's see. In the stories, Charon would always require a coin as payment for passage across the river, but that never made any sense to me. What does an ancient immortal being need with coins? In our case, it seems Charon didn't take the coins we had. He or she merely checked we had one in our possession. So, maybe there's something special about the coins each of us had on us. That might explain why we wound up here, but so many others did not.
Were you trying to keep this from me?
No. I mean, I had my suspicions, especially after Livia's ramblings, but I would never have figured it out without your help, I promise you.
So wait, so what happened to Livia? Wait, Livia, wait, that's not the... Who is Livia again? I gotta look at the book of all the names. For a second there, I thought it was the younger sister that escaped or something, but... that's all the questions I had.
Now that we know where we are, we have to figure out what to do about it, if we don't want to be cast into gold for eternity. We don't have much to go on, except the old stories. I remember 4 in particular about heroes in the Underworld. Hercules, the demigod and son of Jupiter, Orpheus, a Thracian poet, Sisyphus, a king of Ephyra, and Aeneas, a Trojan hero. Hercules was able to leave the underworld because he cowed its god with his strength. Sisyphus and Orpheus both relied on their wits instead. They persuaded the goddess of the underworld, Proserpina, to help them escape. And finally, Aeneas was able to escape with the help of a spirit guide, who led him through a secret gate. So it seems you have two options: to confront the god of the underworld head-on, or find a way to escape with the help of Proserpina or some other guide.
I've noticed you seem uncomfortable calling the gods of the underworld by his name. Why is that?
All Romans try to avoid saying it, and the reason is quite simple. He might hear us. You may refer to him as Pluto, if you wish, but you'll only be calling attention to yourself. Do so at your own peril.
Okay, tell me more about escaping with the help of Proserpina or a guide.
As I mentioned, both Orpheus and Sisyphus were said to have persuaded Proserpina to help them escape, and Aeneas was guided to the exit. The problem is, those are the stories of a poet, a self-aggrandizing king, and a brawler about their own heroic deeds, so they should be taken with a grain of salt. First, Proserpina. What we do know about her is, well, it's a grim tale. It's said the god of the underworld abducted and dragged her here against her will, forcing her into marriage.
So she might be willing to work against him to help us.
If the stories are true, then I suppose so. The problem is, how do we communicate with her without being noticed by her captor? Leaving that aside for a moment, there is also the possibility of a spirit guide. I don't suppose you've come across one of those in your travels?
I hear the female statue whispering to me every now and then.
Truly? And you're only bringing this up now? Then again, I suppose you were worried I'd think you were as mad as Navia. Can you tell me more? Is it the same voice? What kinds of thing does it say?
It's always the same voice, and she's helpful, if a little cryptic.
Fascinating. Perhaps she's a benevolent spirit. Or perhaps... Perhaps you're hearing the voice of Proserpina herself. If she has indeed been abducted, it would make sense for her to speak in cryptic whispers to avoid detection. Tell me, has she told you anything that might lead you to the way out?
Not yet.
Oh, I see. Well, let me know if you hear anything that might be a thread through this labyrinth.
Tell me more about confronting Pluto.
Shh! Is everyone so blunt where you're from? Oh. That option would be the boldest, but also the only way to learn the truth about the Golden Rule, and maybe even put an end to it. As I said, Hercules managed to overpower the god of the underworld, but he was a demigod. Forgive my candor, but you are no Hercules.
Hercules couldn't manipulate time or turn organic matters into gold.
Are you telling me that you can? I won't pretend to understand exactly what that means, but if that's true, then perhaps you stand a chance. So, if you want to confront him, I'll help you as much as I can. Who knows? Perhaps your name will be uttered in the same sentence as Hercules one day. But first, you'd need an audience with you-know-who, and for that, you'll need to enter the great temple overlooking the city. The problem is, the door has been sealed shut for as long as I've lived here, and there doesn't even seem to be a keyhole. I suspect the answer lies in the desecrated obelisk in front of it. I'm not sure if you noticed, but there are 4 plaques missing from its base. It looks as though somebody, or a series of somebodies, forcibly removed them, and in doing so, dishonored and angered our divine keeper. If you could recover and replace all 4 of those missing plaques, I imagine he might be willing to receive an audience again.
What can you tell me about the obelisk?
It's the towering stone monument with 4 sides and a pyramid-shaped head that stands before the great temple, a dedication to the god of this place. You'll find them all over Rome, but of course they were looted from Egypt many years ago. It seems one of them made its way here too, although how is a mystery. However, this one is unusual in that each of the 4 sides is decorated in a different style: Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and another I don't recognize. That means you'll need to recover 4 different plaques: Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and a 4th, a mystery plaque.
Ooh, okay. Oh, you know what? Before I continue thinking, sorry. I was just thinking for a second. It's like, which one should I do? Should I confront the god, or should I, you know, try to sneak out? I was thinking of sneaking out as the wiser choice, right? At least, you know, if I was to roleplay this out. But I feel like confronting the gods is going to be an easier task. But let's read all through these first. Where would I find the Roman plaque?
Good question. To answer that, we first need to ask who would have defaced the obelisk in the first place. It would have had the god's name engraved into it, so it may be that whoever desecrated it wanted that name to be forgotten. And there's only one group of people I know of who might want to do that. There's a cult in Rome that often argued there is only one true god. Theirs, of course. They've been known to start fires, as well as deface religious monuments whose existence challenged their beliefs. If I were you, I'd go looking for them. Of course, they've all been in hiding since the fire last year, so finding them won't be easy. But I did hear a rumor they have a secret shrine somewhere in the city. Perhaps, if you could find that, you might be able to recover the Roman plaque.
Where would I find the Greek plaque?
I don't know. But perhaps you should begin your search with the local Greek fellow, Georgius. His store is in the forum.
Where would I find the Egyptian plaque?
Perhaps Kabash, our Egyptian resident, would be able to tell us. Unfortunately, he disappeared weeks ago. But I did hear Aurelia is peddling rumors about him at the tavern, so perhaps you could talk to her, or just take a look in his room.
Where would I find the mystery
I'm
plaque?
afraid you're on your own with that one, but perhaps the goddess will help guide you to it when the time is right.
Let's talk about something else. Can we just escape the way we came in?
It's a reasonable question, but the problem is, this place is fairly well designed to keep us here. There's no way to climb up the shaft. And even if you could build a ladder big enough, just trying it would break the golden rule. We know that, thanks to the writings left behind by those who've tried.
Alright, I'm ready to get started.
Alright. I would suggest not discussing this with anyone. The best we can do for them is to let them remain oblivious for as long as possible. As for Livia, it seems she's been shouldering the weight of this terrible secret all this time. Perhaps it would comfort her to know she's not alone.
Okay, I'll have a chat with Livia first.
In any case, time is of the essence, so you'd best begin. May Fortuna guide you. Although you may not need her with Proserpina on your side.
Cool. You know, no one's in this bath anyways. Can we just take a path to... No, I'm just kidding. I was just gonna say, like, if no one's in the bath here, like, who's gonna know that we are talking, and why do we need to make it discreet? You know what I mean? Okay. Alright, so A Greek statue, probably the goddess whose temple is dedicated. Perhaps a local Greek resident knows more about her. Okay, cool. Just want to gather more information. I'm still interested to know of what? Oh, this is kind of creepy, actually. Oh, there's loading. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go up first. A little creepy. I don't know where this leads to. But I kind of want to talk to Liv, like continue my investigation first. I don't want to like lose track. Every time when these kind of investigation games or things that goes on, I always find that it's useful to head down one lead, right? Or else you're gonna start spawning way too many leads, and it's just it's gonna be a mess. Wait, did I read this before? Things to buy once I've escaped. Villa on the Aventine Rome. 2 horses chariot. Seat on the Senate. 4 horses chariot. Villa on the Bay of Naples. 10 horses chariot. 12 slave girls. Pale and pump. And this is the bread.
Oh, shiny.
Is she supposed to be making bread on the floor? I think this is a bug, but okay, sure. Okay, where's the frickin' chest? I think this is it. I think this is it, because I think it was locked. I was able to open it with my key, and that told me what the recipe is for whatever that, you know, that condition was. And I think that was it. I have no idea who this person is. Pandora's box. Locked villa. Thorn in the paw. Who's... Oh, Rufus is the dog. Right. Figure out what happened. You know what? I kind of want to go down this lead. But I don't know how. You know what? Either way, let's go to Pandora's box first. Let's talk to Livia.
A golden bow. Just like Apollo and Diana.
I actually don't know how to get to... Oh wait, I have a GPS. Silly me. Hello there.
Just as the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls. But it does not notice the crowds that come.
I figured it out. I know why we are. I know where we are.
Say it. Speak its name.
The Underworld.
Then it is true. I was right.
You were.
I thought I saw it, but when the rest of them could not, I kept thinking I must have gone insane. I had to tell myself it was true over and over again, until I wasn't sure if I was deceiving myself. I must apologize if my words seemed cryptic. I'd found comfort in reciting the Metamorphoses by our great poet Ovid. He gives such an uncanny description of this place. I cannot help but wonder if he himself came here. Would you like to hear it?
Sure.
I will do my best to remember the relevant verse. There is a downward path, gloomy with fatal yew trees. It leads through dumb silence to the infernal regions. The sluggish Styx exhales vapor, and by that way, the shadows of the newly dead descend, entombed with full rites, and the ghosts of those, at last, given proper burial. The wide, thorny waste is cold and pallid, and the newly arrived shades are ignorant of the road that leads to the Stygian city, where Black Dis has his cruel palace. As the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls, and is never too small for any populace, nor notices the crowds that come. There the bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone. Some crowd the forum, some the house of the ruler of the depths. Others follow their trades, imitating their previous lives. And still others incur punishment. I hope I have done it justice, and now we share a secret. It's as if you've lifted a great burden from my shoulders. Thank you, friend. I think I should rest.
Okay. Did that update anything? Oh, that was only a lead. It wasn't It wasn't an actual major quest. Sorry, I was thinking in my head. Okay, let's try to listen to the whisper. Wait, wasn't there something that we can This is Virgil's chest. I'm trying to find the guy that was missing. A lot of them leads down under, actually.
Whatever's in that great temple up there on the bluff, I bet it's worth a fortune. Oh, hello there, partner. I'm glad you're here. I think there might have been some confusion about my little practical joke earlier. You see, my plan was to give you a little fright. You know, like two friends joking around at the Saturnalia, and then, surprise, I'd open the door. But when I opened it, you were gone.
You're gonna pay for what you did.
Partner, there's no need for threats.
Not a threat. It's a promise.
Yeah? Well, I don't have to listen to this. Get lost.
Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and it worked. How is it possible that you've just arrived here and you already know everyone and exactly what's about to happen to them?
I'm reliving the same day over and over again.
You're toying with me, right? Wait, you're not kidding, are you? That's the only way you could have known. You're a bit like... Oh, what was his name? Sisyphus. Yeah, that's the one. Old King Sisyphus.
Like Sisyphus? How so? Wait, remind me who that is?
Sisyphus was a Greek king a long time ago. For daring to think he could outsmart the gods, he was given a terrible punishment. He was forced to push a great boulder up to the top of a hill. Only, just as it reached the top, it would roll all the way back down to the bottom, forcing him to start over and over and over again, for all eternity. Just like you. Actually, now that I think about it, there are a bunch of old stories about the gods punishing people by making them do the same futile task over and over. Tantalus was made to grasp at fruit on a tree he could never quite reach. The Bellides had to keep fetching water in a sieve. Oh, and Ixion was strapped to a wheel going round and round forever. But, on the bright side, at least you're not stuck in the underworld like they all were.
Yeah, at least there's that.
Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to upset to get yourself into this position, friend, but you seem alright to me. So, I'll tell you what. I'll keep doing whatever I can to help you. And you just focus on finding a way to break the cycle you're in.
You're a good man, Gallius.
Oh, that's kind of you to say. Now, I'm going to keep your secret. Although, it's not as if I'll remember this next time we talk anyway, right? Oh, and if our conversations ever start to annoy you, just tell me you're busy. I know when I'm not wanted. May fortune smile on you, friend.
He is truly a good person. A large wooden beer keg with built-in wooden cup holders. Nice.
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
Wow.
Name's
Fortune
Wolfius.
smile on you, brother.
Watch your step.
About your... Wait. Are you the one friending... Wait. About your... Yeah, let's
What
talk.
business is that of yours?
I figured out a treatment. Eat a pinch of this willow bark and you shall feel better in no time.
Willow bark? And this will work? Oh, thank God. Finally, some relief. This is what I've been praying for. Maybe God hasn't abandoned me after all. Thank you. I've been in a lot of pain lately. The room, it was too much. Started messing with my head. This is exactly what I needed to set it straight again. I owe you one.
Any idea where any idea where you'll find a Roman plague?
No idea what you're talking about.
Oh, come on, you owe me one, remember?
All right. After this, we're square. I think I have seen that plaque. Sorry I lied. Can't be too careful these days. Head into the caves behind the theater. Turn right, then right again. Oh, and here. You'll need this key.
Cool.
You didn't get that from me.
Got it. Thanks. Are you the one friending Virgil?
No idea what you're talking about.
I know it was you.
Yeah? Prove it.
Oh, I can't. Oh.
See you around.
Okay. We got this guy. Okay, you know what? Quick save. I think I got a lot of progression through this past hour.
Fortune smile on you, brother.
Alright, dude.
What is it, citizen?
Can we talk about Centennia?
What business is that of yours?
I'm looking for her.
A lot of people have been looking for her. But it's been 3 weeks, and we've found nothing. What makes you think you can do better?
It sounds like you don't want me looking for her.
No, it's not that. We all care for Scintilla. She is, or was, a lovely young woman. But I learned long ago not to dwell on things beyond my control. Or to try not to, anyway. But I don't want to seem obstructive. If you have questions, ask away.
I just want to challenge this guy. I remember, he was a pretty nice dude. Right? He's actually genuine and nice, so I just wanted to do that so I see if I can shake more information out of him. Did you notice anything suspicious before she went missing?
Scintilla was always a kind, well-behaved young woman. I admit, her disappearance really caught me off guard. If anyone knows something, I'd expect it to be Sentia, Malleolus, Claudia, or Domitius. But none of them will tell me anything. You might fare better though, I suppose.
Let's talk about something else.
Fine.
Are you the one friending Virgil?
What? Absolutely not. I know someone's been threatening him, and I'm not happy about it. But I can assure you, it isn't me.
Fair enough. I'll be going now.
Right. Please keep an eye out for anything that might lead us to Scintilla.
Alright, who's the other guy with metal armor? That may be... Ooh, wait, what? Darn it, who's the other guy that they mentioned that has some metallic armor? I would assume that it's like here or something. Oh, I guess it's not here, huh? Okay, sure. What about... Right, sure, yep. Okay. This guy. Oh, it's the guy with the helmet that completely covers his face. Right.
Oh, you're here. I'm so glad you decided to visit. I'm Aurelia, and I hope I'm not being too forward, but
okay, I hear this before.
in your eye.
Not interested, sorry.
Oh, I see. You prefer the company of men. Maybe you should go and make friends with Virgil instead. I take back what I said. So let's just forget that ever happened, so we can at least...
I'm looking for Kabash. Have you seen him?
Not for a few weeks now. Last time I saw him, he was sitting at a table with Georgius, whispering about some job. I remember because they kept looking over their shoulders as if they didn't want anyone else to know. So, naturally, I hovered. The one word I kept hearing was vanishing, and then, the next day, Kabash just disappeared. Coincidence? I think not.
I'll be going now.
See ya.
Cool. So we got that information out of... Oh, whoa. People are leaving? Hold on. Ah, no. Okay, I'm just gonna save here anyway. Probably wait for him to come back. Wait, election? Does that mean I fucked up?
Citizens, We have a quorate body of voters gathered here to elect the city's magistrate. The candidates are Sextus Sentius Imperiosus and Marcus Malleolus Gurges. As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Should I be seeing this?
Georgius. Dacius. Galerius.
I abstain. I'm just here to observe.
Virgil.
Malleolus.
Rufius.
Malleolus.
And finally, Domitius.
Malleolus. Who else?
Citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Marcus Malleolus Gurges.
Hail, Magistrate Malleolus. I said, hail, Magistrate Malleolus. That's more like it.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. Under my leadership, you will finally enjoy the freedom you deserve. No more shall you walk on eggshells, fearing simply to live and breathe, because the tyrant Sentius told you it was forbidden. For my first act as magistrate, I hereby announce a day of celebration to mark the end of an era. The myth of the Golden Rule is no more.
The Golden Rule is real, you idiot.
For his attempt to deceive us all, Sentius is hereby found guilty of treason against the Empire.
What? I have committed no crimes. This is madness.
His sentence: to fight for his life in gladiatorial combat against Domitius. Here and now for your entertainment.
You have no idea what you're doing. You're going to get us all killed.
Wait, I exercise my right as a Vestal priestess to pardon him. I will not allow you to do this.
You're showing your true colors now, priestess. Your corruption sickens me. Domitius, ignore her. Proceed.
This is insanity. You'll doom us all.
Lies! It is time the Golden Rule was exposed for what it is. A children's fable, exploited by a treacherous leader to instill fear in all of us.
This is why he's in his gladiator gear. They've been planning this all along.
Shut up, all of you. The magistrate has spoken. I'm going to enjoy killing you, old man.
Stop!
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Cool. So when the actual election happens, it just restarts time. Nice to know. Alright. Dude, recite your prayers. Alright, cool. I'm going to use this chance to stop the video here. Again, thanks for watching. Next part is just one click away. Yeah, so click away. Click, click.